Rocker's about to come in the ring. He's holding his belt up. I see one of the Luger boys holding his belt up. Here he comes, Jay Pelzer.
Walking behind us.
What an entourage.
You can see the entourage, large entourage here. The Rice Street Rocker making his way, as you can tell by the noise of the fans. He's a crowd favorite here. He is why they came out here tonight.
Scott, what a turnout they have tonight, huh? But,
of course, there's his cousin Jeff Luger, like you mentioned, Tim, holding up the belt. And there he is, the Rice Street Rocker.
Dressed in black and white, black boots with black string.
Of course, Mike is managed by his godfather, Jay Pelzer. The manager for Tommy Standing Ovation Kid Hanks is Jim Hanks. That's his father. Talked with him earlier. Mike LaQuartra is his corner man. And also his manager and trainer, I should say, is his father, Jim Hanks. And there's Evgen's corner, Mike's corner.
This is going to be a stand-up, bang-up fight, I think, Scott. I really think this fight is going to go to the distance.
I agree with you. In the corner for Mike is Don Long and Paul Eibel for Mike Evgen. Mike has fought Louis Lamelli, Felipe Martin, Terry Ford, just some of his credits. Pause for the national anthem. And we're ready to get underway here in the fight. A lovely rendition of the national anthem.
To congratulate the boxers, I'd like to introduce two boxing.
And we can run over a few things here with Mike Evgen. Like I said, well, there's Jimmy Vanelli being mentioned now, the 1932 lightweight Army champion.
Was the champ. And
that Gary Holmgren talked to us about earlier.
Chairman Gary the Hammer Holmgren, the 1970
and there's Gary Holmgren.
Three-time Golden Gloves
32 Army champ in the 1970s.
1976, ranked 9th in the United States. Gary the Hammer Holmgren.
Let's hear it for Gary and Jimmy Vanelli. A couple of legends in boxing. Tim, kind of a serious note when I talked to Mr. Evgen tonight. We talked about Tommy Luger and the influence he's had on Mike in his career. Tommy was a middleweight boxer who was unfortunately killed in 1980. He was shot. He's been a real inspiration for Mike. And Bert Evgen told me that Mike thinks a lot about him before every fight and kind of uses that as what will elevate him. That's actually why Mike got into boxing.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They trained together earlier in their careers, and Mike has just made the stepping stone just one after another. He's just climbed that ladder, Scott, and I am just really looking forward to this fight right now.
First boxing out of the blue corner, he has fought Hector Camacho, Red Hagen, and Joey Camacho with a record of 20-8 from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, I'll make that correction. I got 19-8 for Hanks. That looks like they've dumped the standing ovation kid and went for Tom the Bomb. Tom the Bomb will be his.
I think we have a hometown favorite here, Scott. What do you think tonight?
Just a tad.
I'm really impressed with the crowd here tonight.
Very good turnout.
Very good turnout. A beautiful night in beautiful St. Paul.
You're just tuning in. You're watching Friday Night Fights here on District 623 Sports. That is the Rice Street Rocker, Roseville's very own Mike Evgen. They're about to go underway here. Scheduled 10-round junior welterweight bout. The referee is out there explaining the rules to him.
And we have the bucket.
Of course, Mike's family, I talked with his father, Bert. He works at 3M. He's been there 29 years. And his father was a pretty good athlete of his own, Timmy. He's from Forest Lake originally. He played baseball, basketball, and football, and was all-conference and all-state in football. So his father, a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, kind of a small note there. His father came up to me tonight, this afternoon at Games by the Park, and he's good friends with my cousin.
Oh, small world, small world. We're about ready to
Mike
start.
looks pumped up there. The bell's gone. Here they go.
And Hanks comes out quickly and catches Evgen with a right. Didn't phase him at all. Both fighters very even, a pound difference in weight. Height appears to be the same.
Scott, I think the first couple of rounds are going to be very tentative. I think they're going to feel each other out.
Yeah,
Let's see if we're right.
You're pretty correct there. I think both these fighters with the ability to knock the other down. So as opposed to going into it, unready. Mike always said he likes to just box the first few rounds.
Looks like
set up some kind of strategy.
I don't think Tommy Hanks is going to throw many punches the first couple of rounds. Well, let's see what happens here. Hank's got to stay off the ropes, though, I think, to have a chance in this fight.
There's a left thrown by Hanks, throwing that jab out there. It's Mike throwing a few lefts of his own, none hitting. Mike gets one in the body, tries to back up Hanks. Neither of these fighters going to get caught in the corners this early in the fight. Mike with the left that grazes off. Hanks tries to loop in with an uppercut. Boxers tie up. There's Mike throwing that right. It's be important, Tim, early in the fight here for Evgen to establish that left-hand jab as he's trying
Evgen just
to
hit him with the left there. Not bad, not bad.
Mike's got to establish that left-hand jab early in the fight. We saw it earlier in the first fight of the night between Torrance Jackson and John Roby. The left hand is what sets up the knockout punch with the right.
That's true. These fighters really look a lot alike. Very similar actions, don't they, Scott?
They sure do. Basically the same style. Evgen with the right hand cocked back a little bit more than Hanks. Both fighters throwing some punches into their sides. The referee breaks them up. We're in round one. 10 rounds of junior welterweight action. There's Evgen with a couple uppercuts. Almost another one. He's got him against the ropes. Hanks is trying to fight out of it. Comes off the ropes. Mike Evgen going for the knockout with a left hand to the head and a combination to the body. Hanks catches him with a left, but Evgen returns the favor with a left of his own.
Evgen's got his left working tonight, Scott, I think.
He sure does. That jab has got to be established early in the fight. Mike Evgen's making a use of it, throwing the left out there. Hanks appears to be okay at this point. Both fighters throwing big blows, neither hitting there. Mike throwing the jab and couple of
Nice
right
right to the body. Nice right to the body by Evgen.
You can feel that one right here, Tim. That was a beautiful right hook to the side of the body of Tommy the Bomb Hanks, or Tom the Bomb as he wants to be called now. First round action. There's the jab by
Left
Hanks.
by Hanks.
Yeah, not what he wants it to be, I'm sure, at this point. Evgen coming at the head again. Boy, Mike looks very impressive.
Very good first round. I think if Hanks opens up with it when he uses that left hand, Scott, I think Mike should have just countered with that right.
Let's take a look at the replay here, if we can. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a second. Tim, not very surprised at Mike Evgen. We both expected them to come out fighting. A little surprised at Tom the Bomb Hanks. Looked a little lethargic in that first round.
Well, I think being the visit, here we come with a replay here. Hanks came in with a little right there. Now they're body punching. Referee breaking them up.
You can see Evgen with the left, now on the right. That's the series there that hurt him. He caught him with another right. There's that body shot. We were talking, I was saying about Tom the Bomb Hanks. Are you surprised at the way he came out in that first round?
He came out a little slow. Not really surprised, Scott. I thought both fighters would be a little more tentative, especially Mike. I thought he'd feel out Hanks, but geez, he came right at him, didn't he?
I think what he's trying to do right now is give his sister a birthday present. It is her birthday today, her 25th birthday. Mike Evgen's sister, want to wish her a happy birthday, and baby's going to give her an early present here.
We'll see what happens here.
Start of round two. Tom the Bomb throwing a left hook, and it's not hitting. Evans stepping inside with the right and the left. The left jab still throwing out there. Comes with a right uppercut.
Nice right uppercut by Mike Evgen.
Appears to have grazed Hanks. Not getting the full effect yet. Once he does, Hanks going to be in trouble. Well, there's a nice left by Hanks. Evgen appears to be okay. Mano a mano, one-on-one. No one else in the ring except for the referee. Friday Night Fights.
There goes Evgen.
He's going to go to town on him now, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Evgen going to work on the head of Hanks. Evgen dropping a beam of his hand on Hanks.
Evgen's got that left hand working tonight.
He's working, Tim. There's an uppercut and another one with his right hand.
He's got him in trouble here. He's got him in trouble.
This is going to be a knockout if Hanks can get out of there. Another right hand by... Bombs are being thrown by Mike Evgen. Tom the Bomb not living up to his name. Tommy Hanks more like a bomb shelter at this point, with the bombs that are being thrown by one Mike Evgen. Some good action there, Tim. Both of us very surprised. I think they came out this fast.
They came out really hustling, didn't they? Here.
There's another right hook. Hanks throws one back of his own. Fighters are tied up. Still throwing punches. The referee will get in there and make the break.
Evgen looks very impressive.
Mike Evgen with the left jab, working that jab again.
Hanks looks a little tired, doesn't he, Scott?
Yes, he does. His face looks very red. No blood at this point that I can see. There's another
nice
left on the button.
Nice left.
Well, the jab sets up the big punch. Mike's throwing the jab well. It's just a matter of time before that right. And at that time comes, Tom Hanks is going to be in trouble. There's the right there.
There's a left, there's a right, there's a left.
He's going to the body.
He's got him in the corner again here, Scott. Geez, Evgen looks good in this fight, doesn't he? Rated number 8 in the country, now I heard.
Ranked number 8. Of course, he had to give up his IBO title to get ranked in the IBF, but Mike Evgen, if this is any early indication of what's going to go on in this fight, Mike Evgen is going to dominate and possibly knock out Tom the Bomb. I don't know how much more he can take. He went the distance with Camacho, though, so he has been in the ring with some tough people.
And cut over the left eye of Hanks, I believe.
I think you're right. The eye has been opened up. There's the left and an uppercut right by Evgen. Now they're locked up again. Hanks trying to throw some of his own.
We'll see if Mike Evgen works on that left eye of Hanks. Yeah, he's cut pretty good there, Mr. Turk.
I think you're right, Tim. Well, another interesting scenario. We dealt with this in the first fight. Torrance TNT Jackson had his left eye opened up by John Roby, and Roby took advantage of it. Eventually, the fight was stopped, Tim, on a TKO. And now, like you said, there's a cut above the left eye of Tom Hanks. Well, we'll watch a replay here, Tim. There's one right on the butt with the left jab by Evgen. Another left and a right and a left. Missing with the right, coming back with the body shots.
I think this is right where he cut him, right there on that right jab.
Yep, I think so. Trying to do a bob and weave there, rope-a-dope. He got caught in the eye. There it is. That was a good call. Mike Evgen, of course, dominating with the uppercuts there. You can see the blows that Hanks is taking.
Mike Evgen looks very good in this fight, folks. Very good.
Ready to start round 3. I've got it scored. Evgen the first 2 rounds. And he comes out swinging again. Scheduled for 10. Mike Evgen's fighting like it's only a 3-rounder.
Back in the good old amateur days when they were kids.
Mike, of course, in great condition, as well as Hanks. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, Tom the Bomb Hanks is no slouch. He also fought Greg Haugen, who was the champion at one time, and went the distance with him. Haugen
referee tried to break him up, Scott, and I think Mike got him with the right jab.
Mike caught him with the right jab, and Hanks fell back. Questionable call there by the
body
referee.
punch is going here now.
Mike just a little aggressive there, Tim. I don't think he meant to take a cheap shot, but very aggressive. Mike wants
very good fights, and very good fight, very clean fight so far, Scott. Very clean.
Yes, it is. Mike bobbing and weaving, trying to go to the midsection.
Mike got it right to the midsection, that's for sure there.
There's another one returned by Hanks.
Hanks got a left to the midsection.
Hanks tried to throw a rabbit punch, and the referee alertly broke them up. We're in the 3rd round. We are at Municipal Stadium in St. Paul. Friday Night Fights, District 623 Sports. Scott Turk. I'm joined by the general manager of Games by the Park, Tim Weiss, otherwise known as Giggles. We're watching a great 10-rounder here. Junior welterweights, Ray Street Rocker, Mike Evgen.
Evgen just hit him with a right hook.
Evgen almost throws him over with the left hand. The ref's trying to break it. Mike's holding with his left and bombing him with his right.
Right to the body, a left uppercut by Evgen. They're on the ropes, right in front of us here.
Working the body.
Hanks looks very tired, doesn't he, right now?
Very tired, Tim. He has gone the distance before, but he's absorbing a lot of punches here. Both these fighters have decided to stand toe-to-toe and throw out the leather, and I don't think it's going to go 10 rounds.
Boy, we were definitely wrong with thinking that the fighters would feel each other out in the first few rounds, weren't we, Scott?
You got that right. We can always edit that out, though. Third round. Probably the middle of the round. There's Evgen with that left jab. Hanks throws and misses.
Hanks throws with a right hook, the right cross hook. Grazed Evgen on the left side of his chin.
There's a right by Evgen, a left.
Yeah, nice left by Evgen. Nice left by Evgen.
Mike to the body now, working that body. Back to the head, back to the body. Evgen's in that crouch position. He's knocked people out there before. Timmy gets down in that set position, works him on the ropes. He's knocked plenty of people out doing it. Ooh, there's Hanks throwing about 6-7 with the right. To the side, Mike lets him know he doesn't like it as they break. Tied up once again. Third round, junior welterweight action.
Be interesting to see if Mike goes after that left eye. He did cut him off.
He tried to right there, Tim. I think he grazed him. Well, he misses with the right. Hanks misses with his right. Now Hanks holding on to Evgen, throwing some body shots. Hanks still hasn't really established that jab, Tim. He's tried to counter punch after Mike's hit him with the jab a few times, and it's just not working for him. A little bit closer in that round, but once again, a unanimous, I think, round for Mike Evgen.
No doubt about it, Scott. No doubt about it.
We're getting ready for the fourth round. If you're joining us, this is Friday Night Fights. We had 4 matches on the undercard. John Sweet J. Roby had a TK over Terrence TNT Jackson, or Torrance, excuse me. And Tucker Pudwell, who is the North Dakota junior welterweight champion. He moved up to middleweight for this fight, junior middleweight, I should say. He went the distance and won a unanimous decision over John the Apple McIntosh out of Janesville. After that, we had Justin Racine winning a unanimous decision over Sean Gould in his first pro fight. Racine, of course, winning his second pro fight. That was Gould's debut. And then Terry Fowler was knocked out in the fourth round, 53 seconds into it by Frank Newton. We're ready for round 4. Tom the Bomb Hanks against Mike, the Race Street Rocker.
Hanks comes out strong this round.
And
Evgen with a left.
Evgen gets him with the left. I think his corner told him he better get it going here to win some points back. We're in the fourth round, Tim. This is a 10-rounder. It's obvious to the managers that he's probably not going to go the distance, Hank, at this point. I don't see how he could if Mike keeps dishing out this punishment. He's still missing with the right hand, though, so he grapples with Mike. Throwing some shots on the side. Those aren't really that effective. I don't think they're going to wear Mike down. Misses with the right. Mike ducks in. They tie up again.
Scott, Mike looks like he's in great shape tonight, doesn't he?
Sure does.
He just looks like he's been training real hard, real good. And he just looks like a strong fighter. He just looks stronger than Hanks to me, doesn't he?
He sure does. You got that right, Tim. The ounce of, there's a pound difference, I guess, between the two, but Mike just looks a lot tighter. And he looks well strung here. He's ready. He came to fight. There's Mike connecting to the head some more. Mike seems very focused as well, Tim. His punches, he hasn't thrown a lot of wild punches, as where Hanks has been countering with that looping right and not coming close to hitting anything.
He's throwing those short jabs left and right, don't you think, Scott?
Yes, he is.
I think that might win the fight for him. I think he's going to set him up, just like you say, that short jab sets him up for the knockout punch. And Mike just looks like, not toying with him, but it just looks like he's setting him up.
I think you're correct there. Mike Evgen is definitely in control of this fight at this point. There's one to the body. But I'll tell you one thing.
He's got a good left jab in there when they were halfway tied up there.
Promoter Joel Monpettit and Jim Rogers definitely put a good card together tonight for the folks. A very nice turnout here.
I don't think anybody's disappointed.
No, I don't think so. This is definitely boxing at its best. You hear a lot about some of the people that deal in boxing and the things that go on, but that's definitely not the case here.
It's a nice, clean, well put together card.
I agree with you, Tim, wholeheartedly. We're in the fourth round. And Evgen trying to put away Tom Hanks here if he can. Hanks
boxes are a little farther apart than they were in the first 3 rounds, don't you?
Yes, they are. There's a left by Mike and a right to the side of the head. They're tying up again.
Mike Evgen in complete control of this fight, though, Scott.
Correct. The cut not open anymore above Hank's eye yet. Keep an eye on that. Tim pointed that out earlier.
I think it's just a matter of time, Scott.
Of course, if he's able to open that eye up, very tough for him to see. So the referee once again breaks the fighters up. Mike connecting on an uppercut, using that shoulder to push Hanks off, comes up with another uppercut. Hanks coming right back. It looks like Hanks's right eye fits swelled as well. Mike missing on the uppercut.
Caught him with
there.
a left jab.
He got him with the jab.
Seems like everything that Tommy Hanks is throwing, he doesn't hit Evgen.
Well, like I said, Tim, this whole fight, Mike has used that jab. We talked about that earlier. He established the jab, and he's been on the attack. Hanks on the other side of the coin has been trying to defend himself all night.
No
He's been
doubt
playing a
about that.
defensive game, like you say. He comes up with a wild punch, and just you see a corner right there of Mike Evgen.
I think Jay Pelzer right now, Mike's coach and trainer, is just telling him, keep on doing what you're doing.
I would agree with that. They actually have got a game plan that's working out very well. Number 5, that's my favorite number. They have a plan worked out here, Tim, and they're sticking to that game plan. I talked to Jay on Monday, of course, on my show, and Jay said they have a game plan when they go into the fight, but they like to wait a round or two to see what the other fighter's going to do, and then they adjust from there. And the corner for Mike Evgen definitely doing their job right now.
Mike Evgen shouldn't change a thing in this fight.
I agree with you. Wholeheartedly. Ready to start round 5. Junior welterweights. Mike Evgen. Tom the Bomb Hanks.
Hasn't thrown many bombs tonight, has he?
Oh, he hasn't. Like I said, he's more or less in a bomb shelter at this point. Mike Evgen, his hands are basically acting like a scud attack here.
I have to agree with you there.
Mike Evgen, of course, in the black trunks. Tom the Bomb Hanks in the green trunks. Evgen trying to back him in the corner. Hanks, too smart of a fighter, I think, to fall for that.
Evgen caught him with a nice right hook.
Of course, Mike's mother grew up over here in Frogtown, went to Wilson High School. Patricia Evgen, she works at the Red Lobster out in Roseville. I'm sure she's here cheering her son on. There's Mike with a body shot with the right now. Coming in, working the body. That's what Jay Pelzer was showing him in the corner. And Mike's going to work on the ropes. Hank's doing a little rope-a-dope of his own. There we go. Evgen finally hits with the left, now the right. Hanks knows how to rope-a-dope. This is why he went the distance, Tim, with Camacho and people like that. You can see he can move on the ropes.
That's for sure. He sure can, but you can't get trapped there for too long.
No, I agree, but an impressive defensive display put on there by Tom Hanks. And Mike Evgen landing a few blows, but not the one that will knock him out. Back to the center of the ring, both fighters now. Of course, the fans very excited. We are in the 5th round. Got it scored 4 rounds to Evgen, none at this point to Hanks. Hanks has been on the defense. I'm not sure what his plan of attack is, but he's fighting in Mike's hometown, Tim, and you're probably going to have to knock the guy out to win in his own town.
There's no doubt about that.
Forget the fact that Mike's dominated the fight up until this point. Mike's brother, Mark, he fought 3 fights. 27 years old, his father was telling me. Didn't have the killer instinct, so he got out of the fight game.
Oh,
There's
nice
a left by
right,
Mike.
nice right by Mike Evgen.
I think that was a left jab. You're right about that, Tim, though. He caught him good. You can hear the fans. This crowd is laden with Evgen supporters. There's Evgen. He backed him into the corner again. Now he's going to work on him. Hank's trying to fight back with the right. Evgen teeing him up. There goes the right. Trying to tee him up that left, working that body. Hanks will tie him up. Mike's 26, as I mentioned. He has a sister, 25. His birthday was today. His brother, Joe, had 6 or 7 fights, and he had potential. His father said he could have been even a better fighter than Mike, Tim, which was interesting. That's his 21-year-old brother, Joe, but Joe decided not to pursue it.
He had only 3 fights, did you say, Scott?
6 or 7. His older brother,
3
Mark
fights?
had 3, yeah. That's the end of the 5th round. Once again, a better showing by Tom Hanks. Tom the Bomb Hanks, I should say. So he's made a much better showing, but not good enough to win that round for Mike Evgen. He's also got a brother, Mike does, Andy, played baseball for Roseville. I did a few of the Roseville games this year. Actually, quite a few, and he's an excellent baseball player. He'll be a senior next year. We talked, let's see, Louis Lamelli's fought, Felipe Martin, Terry Ford was the gentleman he fought from Chicago twice, I believe. Mike did. Ford gave him a very tough fight. Let's take a look at that replay, Tim. Why don't you recap it there?
Kind of a slow starting round, but then Mike Evgen hit him with a couple nice right jabs.
Yeah, we're ready to start.
Round 6.
Round 6. Tom, the Bomb Hanks, and Mike, the Rice Street Rocker, Evgen.
Both fighters look still pretty strong, don't they, Scott, from the start of the fight?
That's correct, Tim. Like I said, we have to keep in mind that he has fought Camacho. He's fought some people, so he's not about to be knocked out easily. He's fought Hector Macho Camacho. He also fought Joey Camacho, the lightweight champion, back in March. So he's had a share of decent fighters. Greg Haugen, another champion that he went the distance with. So he's used to going.
Tommy Hanks had some nice ESPN fights too, hasn't he, Scott?
Correct, correct. He also was the Ohio State, held the Ohio State title, and at that time he beat Forrest Winchester, who was one of the best fighters in the country. So Mike's talking.
Mike's cut on the left eye.
Is he?
Yeah, he's talking to the referee. I think he got him with a thumb.
Mike's upset. He's bleeding from the left eye. Now Ford trying to, or Hank's trying to move in for the kill. Mike's upset. Yes,
Mike's
he is.
upset.
He's cut by the left eye. He's very upset. Ford tried to loop right in on him there, take advantage of that, and get him early. Mike's having a hard time seeing. The referee's going to have to stop this here.
Yes, he is going to have to stop.
Let the fight doctor come over there and take a look at Mike Evgen. Mike throws
got him
a
with
right
the
of his
jab.
own. Surprises Hanks. Mike's coming back tough. Having a hard time seeing it. Evgen has the fortitude to come back after Hanks. Very impressive, Tim. Oh, Mike trying to throw him through the ropes. He's mad. Tim, I'll tell you, Mike Evgen is very upset at this point.
I think he got a thumb in the eye. That's what I think.
You're correct. I think you're correct. The crowd's starting to cheer Mike on. This crowd gets into it. It might be the only thing that Mike Evgen's going to need to complete the puzzle.
He's opened up that right eye of Hanks, too, again.
And Mike catches him with a right and another right.
Mike Evgen's going to have to win this fight, this round, because I think this referee's going to have to stop this fight.
I don't think that'll happen, Tim. Not in his hometown, not this early in a fight.
Cut pretty good, though, Scott.
If you think that what went on in Los Angeles is bad, it would make Los Angeles look like a tea party if that happened here. I understand what you're saying, but I think that could be stopped. I'm hoping so. Be very disappointing for the Rice Street Rocker.
He's won every round of the fight so far.
Mike looks like he's bleeding about both eyes, Tim. I didn't think Mike was that prone to being cut, and I think he might be ready. He might have been poked, but it looks like both his eyes are bleeding now.
Both his eyes are bleeding now.
Very unfortunate. Mike's bleeding out of both eyes. Of course, over in his corner, Mike Evgen's corner, they're discussing. It's the end of the round, and luckily for Mike Evgen, I think we'd give that round probably to Tom Hanks. The first round.
Mike Evgen cut on both eyes. Let's see what their cut man can do here in the corner.
It'll be very interesting to see what the
very
fight
important
doctor
now.
can do.
Very important. A lot of people don't think this is important, but see how their corner does here.
You're very correct about that, Mike. And his corner, Don Long and Paul Eibel, along with the fight doctor over there. Here's a replay.
We're gonna watch a replay out here,
round.
folks. We think that Evgen got.
There's Mike trying to fight back. Getting ready for the sixth round. People are very concerned at this point. The Evgen corner as well as most of the crowd. Seventh round, excuse me. 7 is my favorite number now. You can see the corner there of Mike Evgen. We have a shot of it right now. The referee over there discussing it with his group. And I have a hard time believing they're going to stop this fight. Like I said, this place is going to erupt if they do.
We might have a riot here.
Well, I might head down to Lexington and Energy Park Drive if that's the case.
At that infamous Gabe's by the Park restaurant where the post-game party's going to be at.
Here we go. Mike Evgen's back out. He puts his hands up to show the crowd he's ready to go. Round 7. 5 rounds to Mike. That last round probably to Hanks, Tim.
I think you're right.
There's a hard right by Hanks, side of the head of Mike Evgen. And Evgen comes back with a right of his own. Mike's got to get that jab going, Tim. He can't abandon his fight plan at this point. Let's hope he doesn't get careless here either. He's throwing out that left,
Evgen.
He
plays recklessly.
What's that?
Looks like that right eye is opened up again.
Hank sees that. There's one by Mike Evgen, right to the face of Hanks. Referee keeping a good look at Mike's eye as he parts them each time. Evgen trying to work on that body.
I hear a few. Come on, Tommy. Come on, Tommy. So he must have a few.
Yeah, there are a few people here, I believe, for him. He brought up his father, like I said, and a few other people. So
both eyes still bleeding over Mike Evgen.
We are in round 7. This is a scheduled 10-rounder. Tom the Bomb Hanks, Mike Evgen. Fans are chanting.
Good right by Mike Evgen.
Big right hand by Mike Evgen.
Stung him a little bit.
Hanks does appear to be stunned, Tim.
Cut Hanks back over on the right eye again.
Mike Evgen fighting back tough now. The crowd started to get him going. I think they were chanting Michael. Evgen having trouble seeing though, Tim. I'm telling you, I can tell right now. He's going to have to go to work on that body if that's the case. It's hard to hit that head when you can't see. Mike can get him in the corner or go to work on the body. Jay Pelzer was talking to him before the round. Round 5, and instructed to go to that body. Mike Evgen, as it appears they're going to try to stop this fight. Fans are booing. Mike's ready to fight. I know he can still fight him. We're going to go back over in the corner. Mike doesn't appear to me that he couldn't finish this fight, Tim. It's very unfortunate. If they do stop it, Mike Evgen not happy, as are the 1,000 or so plus people, as there's a cup thrown into the ring. It's unfortunate, Tim. Mike just happened to cut easy tonight. I think he was poked in the eye the one time. And there you can see Tom the Bomb Hanks
just stopped the fight.
We're being pelted with cups right now. I hope this doesn't turn ugly, and that's why there are no bottles allowed in here. Mike's telling his fans to calm down. They're throwing cans in, and unfortunately the Race 3 Rocker was hit with a can himself. He's telling his fans to calm down. That's a real idiot thing to do, Tim, I'll tell you. Throwing something in the ring with these athletes, and regardless if you like the situation. But what they're going to do here, Tim, I believe, is whoever wins on the scorecard wins the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, calm down. They stopped the fight. They're going to go to the scorecard. Everybody just calm down.
So they stopped the fight because of Evgen's bleeding, not being able to continue.
That's right.
Mike could finish the fight, Tim. Now they're going to go to the scorecard. I've got it scored 5 rounds to Evgen, 1
We're going to the scorecard
to Tom Hanks.
Because there were accidental butts.
And there was accidental butts, the thumb in the eye, Tim, that you saw, and a few other things.
I don't see there's any way possible that they can give this fight to Hanks.
No.
Evgen won this fight at least 5 rounds to 2.
I think Hanks knows that. He, like you said, there was the thumb in the eye, and there was a few other discrepancies that the referee alertly saw. I don't think it really had, people argue now they're going to watch us and say it had to do with the hometown crowd, Tim, but I don't think you could stop this fight. Purely on points, Evgen outpunched him and outbeat him.
No doubt about it, Scott. He definitely won the fight.
Okay, we're going to, Tim Weiss is going to help me out here, get the microphone down. We're going to try to talk to Mike Evgen here. Hopefully he's won. We're waiting for the decision here. The fight was stopped because of the cuts of Mike Evgen's eye. They're going to go purely on points now. We're waiting here momentarily for the decision. Mike Evgen, the right straight rocker. And we're going to get a chance to talk to him very shortly. We're going to the ring announcer here, Steve Kirsch, and we're going to shortly get a...
Ladies and gentlemen, because of accidental headbutting, whenever a fight is past 3 rounds, they go to the scorecard. So we have a decision.
We're ready to make the decision here for Mike
First
Evgen.
judge 50-46, the second judge 57-50, and the third judge 55-50.
Just waiting for the announcement here for Mike Evgen to win. Mike's won, let's go talk to him. Great job, excellent job. You got cut early, but the one thing that impressed me early in the first round, you came out, you established your jab, and I think that's the point for you in the fight.
Oh, that's definitely our key when I fight. I got a good jab, I got to use it, I got to make use of what is best for me.
What did you think of this, John, when you got him in the corners? I noticed a couple times you were working that body pretty good, and he could take some punches. He was definitely not the kind of guy that would fall down on the first punch.
No, I staggered him, I think, in like the third round or second round or something. I had him going there pretty good, and I just couldn't put them together, and, you know, things worked out.
Picked up another victory. Mike, want to congratulate you. Good job. It's your sister's birthday. Nice birthday present.
Yeah, really.
Thanks a lot. Mike Evgen, the right straight rocker.